Hey folks, it's your old buddy Chuck, and I know that I don't do this very often anymore, but just as a reminder, I am going to spoil the hell out of every single minute of today's subject. So if you're ever going to watch this very obscure TV movie that isn't available anywhere, go ahead and click away now. Still here? Cool, here we go. Deadly Massages. Finally, some erotic horror with some, wait, what? Messages? Oh, messages. Ah, bummer. This was apparently written by a Mad Magazine character named William Blech, who also wrote The Hearse, which I thought was a slightly compelling bad horror movie. Go check that out. And it was directed by future big-time Lost director Jack Bender. Later in 1985, these two would re-team for The Midnight Hour, another TV horror movie. We start out in this fancy apartment with fancy couple Michael and Laura heading out to a fancy event while sort of maneuvering around someone who clearly seems like the babysitter. But there are no kids to be seen. Ever. It's a weird situation that lingers unexplained for a bit, but I'll go ahead and clarify now that she's a relative of a friend who is just staying with them for a while. Basically someone unrelated to the main characters who can immediately be a victim in this spooky movie. Also, it seems like these people are a married couple, but no, they are only dating and I guess also living together, which, yeah, today doesn't seem like a big deal at all, but when you put your brain into 1985 mode, you remember that it just wasn't as common back then. This whole thing is relentlessly confusing right out of the gate. Also distracting is that I think I know the two stars, but I just can't place them. This is one of those rare TV movies from an era where I was very much aware of TV personalities, and yet I am blanking on who the lead actors are. Anyway, I am positive that I have seen Kathleen Beller before, and Michael Brandon's voice is very familiar, but I will get into all of that later. So amidst this tornado of confusion that's happening in the first couple of minutes here is the immediate reveal of a Ouija board. Seriously, it's the first actual shot of the movie.
Maybe they walked there the same way socks walk out of the dryer when you're not looking. When was the last time you wore them?
And okay, here we go, time for some Deadly messages, sorry.
Amazing. It fell right into my arms like it was guided there. I know how to use one of these. To contact spirits. Where'd you get it?
I don't know. Maybe you'll have better luck with it than I did. It never worked for me.
This board has enormous power. I can feel it. To contact those who have passed beyond the veil requires great spiritual focus, so that the spirits of the departed can guide your fingers and move the pointer over the letters to spell out their messages. I know how to use one of these.
There's just a huge info dump about Ouija boards right away, and honestly at this point none of this feels like an actual movie. I'm fully expecting someone to be watching this on TV, and then from there, the real movie begins.
Low-level elementals?
Bad spirits.
Right.
But no, this is real, and the not babysitter Cindy, of course, immediately starts doing Ouija stuff, and contacts David, who says he died in that apartment in 1978. And then, a ghost coming in through the door and wearing gloves. What? Laura comes home and she doesn't have her keys, so she has to scale the building to get inside, which of course is something we all did in the 1980s. And that's when she sees Cindy get murdered by the ghost guy.
Cindy? Cindy?
She tries to get help, but old people driving by in 1985 do what old people driving by in 1985 always did. Cops are called, the door gets axed, and Dennis Franz arrives. Sweet. He's here to be that cop. He's grouchy, and the writers have given him the extra bonus of having just quit smoking, so he's super duper grouchy.
Look, lady, you think we got nothing better to do than to run around this city chasing down crank calls, huh? Write her up.
What?
He has a good bit later on where he's just smelling some dude's ashtray because he's jonesing bad. But basically, like most movies of the time, he's mad at the couple for daring to call the cops because reporting crimes was apparently illegal. But in his defense, it's because Cindy is nowhere to be found, and it doesn't look like a crime has actually been committed. So they issue Laura a citation and leave. Laura works at a video dating service. This isn't relevant to anything, it's just wild to watch it all happen for a couple of minutes, since the concept is now completely foreign to most people.
You feel better?
Well, a little. I don't know. I still have this feeling that maybe he was after me. Maybe we ought to buy a machine gun or something.
Oh, and her boss is George Weiner, who is in a million things and is always enjoyable. Again, though, he and the job have no relevance here, just some flavor. But the point is that Cindy is still missing, maybe even murdered, but Laura isn't exactly sure about that anymore. And also Cindy goes missing all the time apparently, so no big deal. Now, there had been a hint or two about it beforehand, but it's around this point where we fully realize that this movie is taking place at the holidays, which, with only a couple of exceptions, is just the wrong time to set your spooky TV movie. I can only assume they were filming this at the actual holidays and it would have been impossible to shoot around all the Christmas stuff in the public locations, because Christmas itself has no bearing whatsoever on the film's events. Even weirder, though, is that ABC aired this in February of 1985. Thursday, February 21st to be exact, right when no one cares about spooky movies or holiday movies. Everyone's interest in either Halloween or Christmas in February, especially back in 1985, is near zero. But forget all that, because now's the time for non-stop weirdness to start happening. After shopping at the self-defense counter at Neiman Marcus or whatever, and buying one of those fountain pens that's actually a deafening alarm, she sees the spooky ghost man again. And then he vanishes, because he's a spooky ghost. But okay, look, this is definitely a dude and not a ghost, because you don't just show a ghost Pepe Le Pewing someone through a crowded mall. Or brandishing a knife. What does a ghost need with a knife? I'm gonna vote not a ghost. But then some random other dude peekaboos her in the elevator. She escapes and manages to find her boyfriend, just as a clerk is sharpening a knife way larger than anything that should be allowed in any mall. She's having a bad day. But then that dude catches up to her and is all, "Hey, we're friends, hi." And she's all, "Get away from me, weirdo." And then all that just ends. Commercial break, I'm guessing.
Heaven.
I don't know if I'm doing this right.
Oh my god, it's Deadly Massages, I knew it! Vindication, I was right, Deadly Massages. Wait, was that a bottle of cooking oil? Boy, this goes on for a while, too. Long enough to make you wonder if you would be in the mood for giggly cooking oil massages and jokes after seeing your not babysitter get killed in that very room. Also, after a ghost man chases you through a mall, and then a different crazy person accosts you in an elevator. Like, how do you flip that switch? If someone cuts in line in front of me at the grocery store, I am mad about it for like 3 straight days. Uh-oh, now she's gonna get the deadly messages. Really, they just should have called this Deadly Messages, because with the whole Ouija board thing, it just makes sense. This time, the messages are from Mark, and they tell her that Cindy is dead and she's next. Is Mark the dude who chased her through the mall? Do we have 2 ghosts now? The next day, she gets a CAT scan, because that's how healthcare worked in the 80s. Whatever you wanted, you just walk in, no waiting. And the doctor is stumped. He's all, "I'm just a simple brain doctor. I don't know nothing about no Ouija board, so it's all in your head. Here's some Valium, probably. Thanks for stopping by."
You're a liar, Miss Daniels, and a bad one at that.
Her non-important job and boss get a little more important now, as it is revealed that nothing on her resume is true. Her education, her previous employment, all seem to have been erased. The ghost has erased her past, and now she's fired. And it's amusing how angry her boss at the video dating service is about all this, though, considering, you know, that industry won't exist for much longer after this. The spooky ghost man follows her to the pool. Spooky Ghost Man also casts a shadow, so I'm just calling it now. This is just a dude. Maybe he's in cahoots with the ghosts. There's a sentence that's never been said before. He does keep managing to disappear completely though, but I'm going to chalk that up to convenient filmmaking. Now, here's a scene that absolutely could not be in any modern movie. The brain doctor gives the boyfriend the results of her CAT scan first, and without her knowledge. But from this massive privacy violation, we learn that Laura has had electroshock therapy in the past. So, maybe this is all in her head? It doesn't explain Cindy's disappearance, but still. Ooh. Laura starts Nancy Drewing and comes to the conclusion that Ghost Mark is the killer, Ghost David is the victim, and that the apartment they live in, having been a hotel back in 1978, is the key to the whole mystery. But Michael is more concerned with the shock treatment news, which she denies any knowledge of. Later, he passes by a bookstore and notices a series of books in the window that have Laura's name on them as the main character. Turns out the character is described as the Canadian Nancy Drew, which is a weird way to brand your books.
All of these?
Yeah, well, we carry the entire series. All 17 volumes of the Canadian Nancy Drew.
But most importantly, details about this fictional Laura's past and his girlfriend Laura's past start to match up. I have absolutely no idea where any of this is going at this point, and it is fascinating.
Take your time.
Michael is now firmly convinced that Laura has been lying to him this whole time, and they fight. Distraught, she turns to the Ouija board for answers, as you do. Surprisingly, she does not get the answers that she's looking for, so she goes to a library, where there's, actual information. And while she researches, which includes going through microfiche, yes, I'll go ahead and reveal that I figured out why I know these two. While both leads were cast members on Dynasty at some point, that's not where I know them from, because I only watched Dynasty 2 The Colbys. To me, Kathleen Beller will always be the princess in The Sword and the Sorcerer. Later, she married Thomas Dolby and stopped working completely in the early 90s, with her last role being the CD-ROM video game Siberia. He was harder to place despite having worked steadily throughout the years, but since 2002 has found a recurring role as the narrator of the US version of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Yep. Eventually, she finds out what happened in her apartment in 1978 when it was a hotel. Even though Ghost David says that he was the one killed there, the paper says that it was Mark, who is the ghost that is threatening her, I think. And it says that Mark's sister, a witness to the crime, is now in a coma. Okay. Everything just slid right into place. She's the sister, and whoever did the murder found her and is trying to finish the job. I am now ahead of this movie, just from one simple newspaper headline. Although I do think it's weird that she moved back into the apartment where she saw her brother get killed, and also where is the babysitter, and why does she think she's the Canadian Nancy Drew? And, okay, there's still 30 minutes left. I don't need all the questions answered yet, but still, we're getting there. When Human Guy shows up again and her front door gets axed for the second time, she calls the cops again, and you know how this is gonna go. Dennis Franz marches her downtown to meet his lieutenant, Kurtwood Smith. Cool, very cool.
I need you to track down that girl, Jennifer Banning, who was in my apartment when Mark was killed. She's the only one that can help me.
Mark, the ghost again. Well, I think I've heard enough. Ghosts and Ouija boards. Come on now.
You saw the door to my apartment. I didn't make that up, did I?
All looks pretty much the same to me as it did a couple of days ago, when you turned in that false alarm.
It wasn't a false alarm, it was a murder.
By a ghost?
But getting no help from the cops, she feels compelled to buy a gun, but waiting periods and all that.
Come on, for an extra $50, maybe we can work something out. Come on.
Well, that worked well. Good job, everybody. More researching now as she tries to trace the sister's whereabouts. I'm not sure why she's not realizing that it's her, but I guess we can't drop the big twist in the second act?
They didn't make any headway here, I'm afraid. It says Miss Banning was completely disassociated right up to the time she left St. Matthews. It's what some of the staffers here might call a veg.
It isn't very nice.
Sorry.
Okay, yes, touch the banister. Realize you've touched it before. Good. Come on now. You can do it. Whoa!
I told you I'd get a Nurse Cranshaw.
I told you.
Yes, Lester, and you have. Now, you can release her. I'll take over from here.
You almost cost me my job, lady.
Welcome home, Jenny. Oh, my God.
Well, I didn't expect the reveal to be that silly. Good God. The next scene with Nurse Exposition Dump here reveals that she has been gone a year after being attacked by the guy, the ghost guy, the person man. So she witnessed her brother get killed, got amnesia, went to a mental health facility, got attacked again by the killer, escaped, concocted a new identity based on children's books that she had read while she was institutionalized, got a job and an apartment, the exact same location where she saw her brother get killed, in fact, and went about her business until the not ghost man showed up again. The man who bothered her in the elevator was a fellow inmate, and the only thing she had with her when she escaped was the Ouija board, her cherished insane asylum keepsake, which she's now driving around with.
Come on. Please, start.
Ah, tree! Oh, ooh, too spooky. Michael shows back up, and again she flips that switch to allow for some silly sexy times. It is so odd. And then after that, she is ready for pizza.
What do you want on it?
Sausage, mushrooms, anchovies.
Anchovies?
Yuck.
Oh, come on, I love anchovies.
How do you know?
Don't be such a wise guy, Krasnick. Give me my anchovies.
I should make a supercut of all the 70s and 80s movies that do some variation of this anchovies discussion about pizza. It's insane how often it comes up in movies. It's also insane that it was ever a pizza topping to begin with. While Jennifer takes a bath, a tree comes through the window because apparently there's a derecho or a haboob happening outside. Meanwhile, the pizza conversations continue, this time at the pizza place, where we learn all about the Thermobox technology, which will keep the pizza piping hot and crispy.
What we got right here is a brand new thermo box. This will keep that pie nice and crispy till the moment of truth. Yeah, it's hot. That's that thermo box.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Night. Night.
And okay, I've seen a movie. Is he gonna kill the not ghost man with the burning hot pizza? Chekhov's pizza? I know how this is gonna go. Well, it's not gonna take long to find out. Do it! Come on, pizza his face off! Come on, man! Ah, boo.
Hey! You all right?
Oh. Michael? I'm back.
Okay, cool. The killer brought the pizza back with him. You got this, lady. Throw that pizza at him. Give him a face full of scorching hot pizza. Come on, you get... Oh, what the hell? How do you not pay that off? It's Thermobox technology! Oh, good lord, get up. You can't be this much of a victim. Get up! Fine, I guess Chekhov's gun works here too. And then suddenly, the reveal.
Mark! It's Mark!
What?
It's my brother! I remember! It's my brother! He killed David!
Yep, the killer not ghost guy was her brother Mark. The dead guy in the fire was her boyfriend David, who police misidentified as Mark. And then, man, with 5 minutes left, we get the whole supporting cast together to explain all the details of the plot that the movie couldn't have been bothered with up until now.
Brother blackmails sister and kills boyfriend. Brother tracks sister down when she starts to get her memory back and gets blown away. Simple. And no ghosts.
What about Cindy?
Hey, yeah, what about Cindy?
Well, we found her body in the trunk of Mark's car in Lancaster.
They're explaining all this away as if the Ouija board was just Jennifer working out her repressed memories, but Cindy also talked to a ghost. The scene with Cindy using the Ouija board, that was a ghost talking to Cindy. The ghost of Laura's dead boyfriend, David, in fact. So we're meant to believe that Ghost David has been hanging out here this whole time, watching his ex and her new boyfriend have deadly massages? Oh, and going back to the scene where we watch Laura use the Ouija board, that thing clearly moves on its own. She doesn't do that. I don't care how crazy you are or how much trauma you're working through, you can't make something do that. So no, sorry, I don't buy it. They use some cheats with the script and the filmmaking process to lie a bit to the audience and beef up the scares. ABC's special Thursday night movie was crushed in the ratings by NBC's sitcom lineup as well as CBS's Magnum PI and Simon & Simon block. Maybe next time don't run your spooky movie in February, TV executives in 1985. For about an hour, Deadly Massage Messages is intriguing as hell, albeit very silly. But the 80s-ness of it all, coupled with that layer of goofiness, a top-notch supporting cast, and the genuine intrigue help make that first hour a very good time. Once the movie reveals its thing though, it gets annoying waiting for the characters to catch up, and then only slightly less annoying watching them clean up the ensuing mess. But still, it's fun. It would be a blast to watch with your friends, so go check it out. Have yourselves a movie night. Maybe give each other some deadly massages, or no, just hugs. Hugs are fine. And with that, I will see you all again soon. Hopefully not another year later though. I'll try to get something out sooner, I promise. No guarantees though. Have a great Halloween season, everyone. I miss you guys. Take care.